Hi, I'm Larry, here with Enemy at Boardmasters Festival in Cornwall, and I'm joined by Dutch uncles. Guys, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Cool.
Are you looking forward to playing later today?
Are we looking forward, Andy?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We've had a nice morning glass of Prosecco, a bacon sandwich, and we're ready to rock in 7 hours' time.
Something like that, yeah. No, we got here last night. We're making a concerted effort to enjoy ourselves a lot more on like these festival circuits these days. So, trying to make a whole 3 days out of this thing, which is why we look tent fresh. But we checked out our stage last night. Yeah, it was like I think our seal cover's going to go down pretty well here. It's all good, you know. No worries.
The seal cover?
Seal cover, yeah.
Which?
Kiss from a Rose, obviously. It was a cover that we worked on like 2 years ago. We never quite got to the bottom of it, and then we were kind of panicking as to what we were going to cover this time around, and we just thought, sorry, let's just make that one good. Yeah, so like we've nailed it now. The seal cover is right. So
you're Boardmasters veterans then?
No. This is our first time at Boardmasters, isn't it? Yeah.
Have you ever surfed before?
No, and I don't wish to.
Well, I'm a pretty good bodyboarder. I did own once a Spider-Man bodyboard, but then I broke it. I was a bit heavier back then, but I was still catching the waves.
Big Balloon came out earlier this year. How's the tour been? How's the reaction been?
It's been great. It's been a relief in some senses, I think. With our last album, Oh Shudder, we kind of felt like we'd sort of pushed ourselves a bit too far, a bit too further than we should have gone with ourselves, really. And so we weren't really sure what to make of the album. And then there was a mixed reception with like radio, and I mean, it's a really treasured album for our fans. And obviously, like we keep having fans come up to our shows on the Big Balloon tour, just saying like, "Why do you keep dissing Oh Shudder? You should stop doing that. We love that album," kind of thing. But it's been a relief to kind of sort of have the singles accepted so. Well, they've had a lot of airplay for us, which has been a great thing to get, and also, my mind's gone, Andy.
Yeah, it's been great. Well, especially the singles. I mean, I suppose the strength of the singles makes the album so much better if they're well received, and I think Big Blue and Oh Yeah in particular went down really well, so they're chuffed.
You mentioned Oh Yeah there. I know you had Everything and Stealing Sheep on backing vocals. How did that come about?
How did that come around? I think I'm trying to remember the story, because it's not just those two. I mean, we've got Everything singing on it, Stealing Sheep singing on that track. We also got Barry Hyde from the Future Heads, and our friend Aldous RH, who used to be the singer in Egyptian hip hop. That's how he's more commonly known, you know. We got all four of them involved. That was it, because we'd written the song, we'd recorded it all, and then our label was kind of like, you should have more of a funny, fun, happy sort of go-lucky kind of group vocal in the chorus thing. It was like, well, none of us can really sing in the band, so it was like, well, we've got to get other singers basically, and it kind of felt like the right thing to do. Certainly getting our friends involved like that. Also, the song itself was kind of written about when I was guest singing with Stealing Sheep 2 years ago on their Not Real album tour. I was kind of doing some festivals with them like Glastonbury and Field Day as well. It was just about having a good time, sort of getting lost in it all, and so it kind of felt right to get Stealing Sheep involved on the record. And then obviously, and then we just needed more voices and friends stepped in. It was great.
It's incredibly easy to persuade people to sing on our records because our studio is above a pub. So all we have to do is say, come down, we'll spend 5 minutes in the studio, say Oh Yeah a couple of times, and then we'll buy you a couple of glasses of happy hour cider. Done.
Lovely.
Pretty much.
For the video for that, you're on roller skates. You look pretty pro. Are you a pro?
He's good. He is good.
Are you like a childhood skater?
He is good.
I was a bin liner at school. A fruit booter. That's it. I was a fruit booter at school. I didn't have patience to learn skateboarding or BMXing, so I got to. I could do flips, but then you get on quads. You get on quads, and then it's a completely different. It's a different story altogether. Like the balancing's all different, and I had to have a few practices. I went to that roller rink on my own a few times before we did the filming, just to kind of get some rehearsal space on my own and stuff. It looked a bit creepy though, like just me showing up at 4 PM going to a roller rink. It does look questionable, unfortunately.
So guys, what's coming next for you?
Well, more festivals, more gigs. I don't know. What are we thinking, Andy?
We've got a few festivals coming up. We played Glastonbury for the first time this year, which is pretty great in the 5 record history of the band and 10-year history of us as a four-piece. So that was great. But we're just looking forward to doing more festivals.
Yeah, I think with Big Balloon, as soon as we wrote it, well, as soon as we kind of had the concept of what Big Balloon was going to be about, and about sort of recapturing a live sound and bringing our sound back down to being 5 or 6 musicians, we also kind of knew that we didn't want to overstretch ourselves with touring commitments either. So like usually with the last few albums, we've always done like 2 or 3 tours of the album, and you always just see like audiences just kind of like, they'll buy a ticket to see you once, maybe twice, but certainly not a third time. So we're not really thinking about trying to tour Big Balloon that much anymore. Just kind of start writing the next thing, whatever that's going to be, and there's no timeline for it, which is a great relief. Again, it's the first time we've not really given ourselves a timeline on what to do next. So yeah, I don't know. I want to experiment with some drum machines. Maybe we'll do something with drum machines. I don't know. Party album. Ugh. Shouldn't say it like that.
Sounds good. Well, thanks very much for joining us, and have a great set later.
Cheers. Thanks.